Hello everyone, welcome to this review of the Lexus RX 400 Hybrid. So this actually comes in a petrol mode as well, in a 3.3 petrol, but really if you're going to get this car you got to get the hybrid version. So it came I think in from 2003, this shape from 2003 all the way up to 2009, and then it was mildly facelifted. But yeah, so let's have a look around it. Here it is, it has a lot of road presence. This particular one has 134,000 miles, but these are known. There are many out there with well over 200,000 miles. And if you haven't noticed already, the car is actually on. It's running on the battery. Little humming noise. Well, this is the benefit of having a hybrid. But if we look at it, you can see from the front there, you got the Lexus family grille, easily identifiable as a Lexus. And this is the original petrol came out in 1998 I think, or 97, so this is a slightly facelifted version of that, and I think you'll agree this is the best colour in black with the nice tinted rear windows, and of course these Lexus lights, super necessary on this design. I think really sets it off. The rear of this car I think is the best, don't you think? Nice little spoiler up there just to give it that nice look. Got a little kink I like there, kink on the back, just to give it like slightly, I know it's not a sports car, but it's just to break all this up and give it that little sporty dynamic. And then you got that nice, you come here, nice swooping line there, just to break it all up. Because if you can imagine, so that goes right onto the line, and I like how then that transfers down like that all the way around and then comes back here. So yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong, it's not the most amazing looking car, but slight little design features like that really do make a big difference on a car like this. Like if they didn't have these little lines here, creases there, it would look really bulbous. So it does set it off, doesn't it? Here's one of the weak points to this. These are plastic, so as you can see, like on this one, over time they fade a bit and yellow out. Doesn't look great, does it? But it is an easy fix. You can either do a temporary fix with WD-40, or you use the wet sanding method. So you can use like 1200 grit, and then what I normally do is do 1200 wet grit, and then 1500, 2000 and 3000 wet sand, and then machine buff it, and I'm telling you it will come back like new. So what do you think of the design, guys? It's not overly large, it has presence, but it's not too large and it's not too high up either. So for those of you with children and things like that, it's not going to be very difficult to get the car seats in. It's literally waist level. So I'm 5'6" and it's literally at my waist level. The seat is at my waist level, so I can literally slide in my car seat with no problems. So if you had like an X5 or something like that, then I have to drag it up, whereas on this one I don't. So there's the benefit of that. And of course, for the less those with knee problems or the less mobile, if you've got elderly relatives, you can literally, like me, look, oh, whee, there you go, you can just slide in, no problems whatsoever. Let's have a look at the interior while I'm in here. So you got auto dimming lights. Oh, I should say this is the HSE spec, so it's got the sat nav. So not all of them have the sat nav as standard. In terms of the design, it's not the best in the world, is it? Kind of boring, drab, and the plastics aren't of the usual Lexus quality. So if you've been in an IS250, for example, there's a big difference in the quality of the plastic. So these are quite cheap, but everything's still working. That's the thing. It might be cheap plastics, but they're all solid. Scratch marks there, but yeah, it's good size glove box, and it's got a good amount of damping to it. It has a solid feel to it. But again, like I said, if you see the IS250 of that era, the interior quality is far higher. And then if you go have a look at the 2009 facelift version of this, Lexus sorted out these cheap quality drab looking dash. They've improved the quality of the materials markedly, so do have a look at that. There's a nice sunroof, as you can see, really spacious, and these seats, like all Lexuses, they're sumptuous, absolutely one of the most comfortable seats. And this is heated. You can see heated seats there. But with the Japanese cars, when it's heated, it's like literally lukewarm. It's not like the Germans where when they do the heated seats, it's absolutely burn your backside time, you know. But otherwise, loads of space everywhere. These are like a really good touch there. Look, if that was a French car, that would have broken off already. But look at the quality of that. It's not all great news. See this leatherette here. These are common on a lot of these where they rip. They easily rip, I'm afraid. But the best feature interior wise is the seats. Lovely. And then let me show you these little features on this. Like, talk about over engineering. Look, open, close. And this thing, it slides back and forth if you wanted more leg room in the back, or if you wanted a bit more space here, and there's cubby space at the bottom if you want to put your handbag in and stuff like that. So that's nice. What's the space like here? Well, you can get 3 adults in here, no problem whatsoever. And these are proper armrests. Lovely quality, loads of storage, not like these modern ones where they've got the cup holders there and then you just dunk your elbow in. This, nice metallic finish as well. And there it is there. Obviously this hasn't got the spring back like it did when it first came out. There you go. All working, nothing broken. Lovely quality, great leather quality. This is proper leather, and as you can see, it's aged very, very well. And then I like this, look, no scrimping on quality here. This is like the aeroplane seat ones, no cheap nets or anything like that. On some they have monitors on the back, but trust me, when you're buying these second hand and stuff, the less of these technology the better, less to go wrong. Legroom, pretty good. I've got the seat all the way back, and look, that's not too bad. Let me just slide myself in. So as you can see, even with that all the way back, I've got plenty of leg room. Headroom is very good. The headroom is eaten into a bit by the sunroof there, but it's still very good indeed. And like I said, it's super comfy. You can sit here as the driver, as the passenger, and you'll enjoy it. And these windows are really big. Even though it's tinted, you can see out clearly. So if you've got kids in the back, they'll enjoy this. It's light and airy. Obviously the downside to having a light interior is that it does get dirty, but the positive is it's light and airy. So try and get one with black leather seats, I suppose, if you've got young kids and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's easy to wipe clean. Go for this. It's lovely, isn't it? Let's have a look at the tailgate. Actually, the tailgate's electric on this, so you can open it from there, but you've got a button here. So let's open this. It's quite quick, and look at the space. Not bad, eh? Very good. Nice square space, no load lip. Look at these little features it's got. Look, press this button. Talk about over engineering, eh? There's no need for that, is there? Everywhere else you'd manually lift it up. And then you've got more space underneath here with all the tools, and then underneath all of that you've got a full-size spare wheel. And look at the space here. It's lovely, and I love this. Look, even with this, see that? It goes back. See, even with the luggage cover, they've over-engineered it. So it's amazing, amazing little touches. Okay, so there's the little button there. Let's press that. There she goes. Okay, let me go for a drive, and then we'll sum up. So it's a super quiet ride. Power is really good underfoot. Obviously, if you push it too hard, the CVT does whine a little bit. But in terms of overall comfort, it's lovely. Nice magic carpet ride type comfort. Even in the bumpiest roads, you don't feel it in the small of your back, thanks to the lovely suspension and very forgiving seats. Of course, the trade-off with such lovely soft suspension is that it can be quite wallowy around the corners, and if the roads are a bit bumpy, although you don't feel it on the small of your back, it's a bit like a rocking boat. So if you're seasick, it's not very pleasant in that regard. But otherwise, this is an absolutely lovely cruiser. So comfortable. You can do mega miles in this and not feel tired or anything like that. So if you're a mile cruncher, this is an absolutely perfect car for that. And obviously visibility is excellent. Nice big mirrors all round. As I said, lovely seats. But yeah, visibility is excellent. Nice cabin. Obviously aging quite a fair bit, but everything's screwed on together. Generally pleasant car to drive in terms of the dynamics. Just don't go for this if you're one of those that want a sporty ride, or you're used to how the BMW X5 drives, etc. This is for those of us that like comfort, luxury, relaxation, and gentle driving, shall we say. It does not like to be pushed, and it's not really designed for that. So let's go for the final review. So that was the driving done. What do I think in summary? Well, I think it's a lovely car. What's the positives? Well, if you want some cheap executive car that's not gonna let you down, this is the most reliable option for you. Forget all the X5s, Audis, Mercedes, ML. This is the one to go for. Usually practical, usually reliable. They never die on you, and because it's hybrid now, especially in the low emission zones, they're ULEZ compliant, so they hold their value now and are going up in popularity. But if you want something dependable, something comfortable, practical, buy me. It ticks so many boxes, doesn't it? And it, even after all this time, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I mean, where else are you going to get something like this, sub £5,000, that's still going to look cool but give you luxury and reliability at the same time? So this one's to go for. So that's the positives. What's the negatives? Well, as we've seen, the interior is not the best quality in the world, but it's robust. You saw all the buttons, everything's working. And one thing to watch out for on the engines on this car is they're cam belt engines, so make sure those cam belts need to be done every 100,000 miles. So make sure that it is done if you've seen one that's approaching 100, or the older versions like this 55 plate. So when they get to this age, they must have had a cam belt done at some point, and make sure it's there on record. If not, get it done. Do not risk it, otherwise you're going to be in a lot of trouble. It's about £700-800 to get done at the main dealer, and about £450, something like that, at an independent. Other than that, everything else is fine. This car is bulletproof. And one little thing about Lexus is that if you go to the main dealer, even if you do the basic oil service, which is about £229 at time of videoing, they include a hybrid health check on it. And if it passes the hybrid health check, what happens is they give you an automatic 1-year extension on the hybrid warranty. So that's a lovely touch, and we all know how good customer service Lexus has on these. So if you do a basic service, go to Lexus. Anything else like maintenance, obviously go everywhere else. So yeah, that's the only negatives really. So interior, not great looking interior, and obviously that's about it. This car's lovely. I don't know what else I can say. I highly recommend it. Go get one if you can. Go for it. And if you like this video, please do subscribe and put some comments in, why don't you? And see you soon. Bye bye.